Hey, 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 Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. Hope you're doing well. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I love your comments and I do write back. Well, today I'm excited. We've got more of me and your girl Renee. Today we talk about more about our health and your health. We talk about dating and we also talk about God. Join us. Um,
Yeah.
you know, talking about how you have selected your doctor, selected your nurses, that makes my heart swell with joy because
Mhm.
if a woman like Serena Williams, okay,
Right.
can almost die
Mhm.
during childbirth, then the
Mhm.
rest of us
Mhm.
don't have a chance.
Exactly.
Thank God she
Exactly.
said, Baba, 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 figured something, and that was it. But
Mhm.
this is crazy.
Yeah, and
And
that's why I choose to fight. I choose to fight because when I was in that hospital and they gave me that medication and my water broke and I lost my babies, the first thing that doctor said to me was, "Oh, well, we're gonna have to either let you go home and let this just come out, or we're gonna have to just take you up there and take it out ourselves." There was no compassion. There was no, "Oh, let us see what we can do." No, it really, and I'm almost about to cry thinking about it, but that
it's
was the
okay, honey.
most.
It it's it th it's okay, honey. You take your time. You take your time. This is this is unacceptable, and let me just say this. Implicit bias in the medical profession is a real thing. I have called people
Right.
on it. I've had in-depth conversations with doctors about it. I have felt it. I felt it once when I was at the hospital, and by the time I finished having a conversation loudly with them, that was that.
Mhm.
But the implicit bias and not believing that Renee or myself or you are in the type of pain we're in, they don't give us the same stuff to maybe relieve the pain that they give to other people. So please
Mhm.
understand that don't be afraid to go to a doctor. Educate yourself and challenge them. If it makes
Yeah.
sense to me, we can move on in the conversation. If not, I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold on. So explain that again. And we need to do what Renee did. We need to,
Mhm.
with intentionality, okay, decide that we are going to take control of this situation. I let y'all try to
Mhm.
help me out in this situation and it didn't go right. So now I'm going to take
Right.
over, meaning the Lord's with me, and
Mhm.
he provided the doctor for you, the nurses. I know the people who took care of me. Pardon me, please. It was all God because he made this cancer show up the right way in
Mhm.
2021 and he had everybody lined up to help me.
Mhm.
So that when I
Mhm.
ended up, they had the procedure, they called my man, they said she's good, and then pause. I was in the hospital for 6 days bleeding,
Yeah.
and no one could figure, oh my god, they're freaking out, but I wasn't. I'm like, been that it's all working out. That last day before I really got to leave, I'm gonna admit I cried, and the nurse had to come
Yeah.
woo woo me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, Renee,
You gotta make, I just say people have to understand that when, and it was just a really bad thing because I knew something was wrong. And on top of that, I had an infection. I was in the hospital for 3.5 months with an infection, pregnant. It's no way possible. And you know what? Let me show you something too, because I want to show this on camera if I can, if you don't mind.
please,
Um,
we
let
like
me
show and
show you something.
tell. Look at that pretty sequence behind her. It's like a purpley blue. It's really pretty,
I want to
like a
I
tanzanite.
want to show people something. I gotta send this to my lawyer.
Uh huh.
Um, this is the book of things that was done to me when I was in the hospital when I was pregnant. Let me make sure I put it in the camera.
What?
This is the book. I,
What do
I
you
don't
mean
want
the
to show them my legal name, but this came from the hospital. This goes
what?
to my lawyers. This is the book of everything. This is everything that was done to me in the hospital for me going and telling them I have pain. And I get angry when I talk about it, but
Wait a minute.
um
That book is literally
this
that
book
thick.
this book on top of, they did send me a disc, with what they did at the hospital. And this is to show you guys what I've been through because they were doing stuff on me that wasn't even necessary. Had nothing to do with my infection, had nothing to do with me telling them I'm in pain with my babies, nothing. It was something small, something as simple as post-nasal drip that I had ended up turning into a 3.5, 4 month stay in a hospital and all this being done on me. And then they found out later on I had an infection from something that was done in the hospital. I don't know. I'm going by what they're telling me. And now my lawyers are taking. So this is, I got this a couple days ago. This is what they sent me. So I've never seen
Holy
somebody just
smokes.
going in pregnant and just saying, "Hey, I'm not feeling too well." I had hyperemesis. I do know I had hyperemesis, but I mean, it was a nightmare. And
What
I'm gonna
you
tell
just
you
showed?
guys more about that. I'm gonna tell you about the hospital name and all that whenever this is done. Um,
We
but
gonna
right
blow
now
it
I'm
up,
fighting.
sis.
I'm
We gonna
fighting.
blow it
Yep.
up.
Um, luckily I did get the fingerprint though. I got the fingerprint and the babies and they gave me something to have, but I'm gonna make sure they make this right. You know, um,
You know, this
you just
this
mhm,
difficulty having children um is real. And when I was a news anchor in Miami, I our main anchor at the time, she had one child and she just had a baby. And her
mhm,
baby had croup maybe, some little, little precious thing, had a little issue.
mhm,
And I went in the makeup room and she was crying. And she wasn't necessarily nice to me. Okay? She saw me as a threat.
mhm,
But after this, she didn't see me as a threat. I bent down. I said, "I'm getting ready to come in for a hug. You can cry." I locked this door. "You cry all you want to on me." Girl, she cried
mhm,
a cry. She's like, "I should be home with my baby." And she talked about how other news, she said, "I know other news anchors who have difficulty, getting pregnant." And she
mhm.
said, I said, "It's the stress. This is not a glamorous job. Stop thinking
Right,
that, people. This is a
right.
difficult job. It is my
Mhm,
job to be a first responder. When 9/11
mhm,
happened, I was on the anchor desk. It's my job to run to trouble."
mhm,
And so
mhm,
that's stressful. Sitting on the anchor desk, you think, "Oh, look at all that makeup. Look how cute they are. Oh, they're having fun. Oh, this looks easy." It ain't easy. You got breaking
mhm,
news. You got to
mhm,
talk out your head. It's difficult. The point is, professional women in particular, we have so much going on, so much coming at us, and the stress is kicking our ass.
mhm.
I feel like
Right.
everybody I know, Renee, is
Mhm.
using IVF, fertility,
Yeah,
having fertility issues. And let me
right.
repeat something that Renee said. Don't always assume, ladies, that it's you.
Mhm.
Okay. I've
Right.
been in a situation like Renee where I went and got checked, and the doctor's like, "No, I see your tumors and stuff, but they're not in the way." And the doctor said, "Have him come in." The first time this has ever
Yep.
happened to me. And this was my
Mhm.
second or third fiance. I get them mixed up. Anyway, so sure enough, too much going on, girl. He had slow moving sperm. I'm like, "It's you. It's you." Because, girl, we're gonna get married. I was like, "Okay, we're gonna have a baby." No, it wasn't meant to be. And for me, I consider myself so fortunate that I don't have kids, and I love
Right,
children. But everybody's
right.
not meant to have children. I'm just talking about me.
That's so
But some
true.
of us
So
are
true.
meant to help those who have children,
Yep.
you know?
Right.
But someone who has deep in their heart this desire like you do, I want you to have as many babies as you want,
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
someone, because he always says to me, "Angela, you're the person who gets to decide who gets to have a baby." Because I'll be like, "That person should not have had a child." You gotta be on top like my mama was. You gotta play with them and listen to them and tell them, "Here's a
That's
test
so
package.
true.
We'll see if you gotta expose them to stuff." It's
You do.
a lot. And you want that. And I want that for you. And I want that for anyone who wants that. But we also
Mhm.
know God is in charge.
Yes,
And
he is.
you know, we all have our little plans. We over here
Yes, we
planning,
do.
God's over there laughing.
Yep.
So,
Yes, yes.
he may have a plan for you that, oh my goodness, had I not gone through all of this other stuff,
This,
I would
yes,
not have
yeah,
been receptive to this. See, folks don't
yes.
wanna go through things.
They don't.
'Cause
Mm,
it ain't fun feeling uncomfortable, but you need to become
no.
comfortable in an uncomfortable position sometimes
That's
because that's
right.
where the
That's
maker
right.
has you, because you need to learn something so that you can help other people.
People.
That's
Yes,
just who
yes.
Renee and I are. We like to help
Yep,
other people. We have our
yep.
podcasts because, yes, we are funny gals. We love to laugh. We got all kinds of senses of humor between the two of us, but we also are very, very real, and we know when it's time for real talk. And
Yes,
so
yes,
that's what we're
yes.
having here today with you all is real talk. And if you
Real
are
talk.
not African American, this is still for you because we need to learn about each other. If you don't
Right,
have
right.
friends of different races, if black people don't have white friends, everything gets just jumbled up, mixed up, miscommunication, disinformation, misinformation, all kinds of stuff. We need to
Right,
learn to love
right.
each other
Sure.
and help
Yes,
each
I
other.
agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. 100%.
Renee, let me ask you this.
Yes.
What made you decide that you wanted to be a podcaster? What led you? What's your journey?
I'm very outspoken, number 1. People say, "Girl, your opinions." Sometimes you can like me or hate me with my opinions, I will
Me
say. On
too.
the radio show, we do comedy radio, so I work with somebody and we just love sharing our opinions on what's going on and making people laugh. I feel like we don't have enough of that. We need to laugh every now and then, have a good time. And I decided to bring that in and share good conversation with women and men about topics, very controversial. We may not always agree, but my specialty would be TV because I love watching TV. I love shopping. So we talk about everything that we can give a review on and give a real good debate about. I
Well, I'll
like to
tell you,
debate with
Renee
them.
got people watching her. And so, Renee,
It gets a little crazy over there, y'all. It's not the same as this. It's a little crazy.
we
Okay. I
we
um
we like crazy. Shoot. Renee does and I said this to her when we first talked. I said, Renee, you and I watch different stuff, which is good because then you end
yeah.
up getting so Renee is watching you do the Real Housewives, don't you?
I sometimes, I'm not really big on them, but
Yeah.
if it's something interesting, I just talk about the interesting
Yeah.
parts. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I like she'll do something on Big Brother and
Yes.
gets great numbers. Like people are waiting to hear how Renee is going to slice and dice it up. And I love that. And girl, you had one time you had on some sunglasses. And I was
I
like,
cut Zap out. I that
"Did you say you
the
cussed him out?"
glasses, the famous shades. I
Wait a
wear the
minute.
shades for the read.
You had
I wear the shades when I wanna cuss Zap out and I wanna get real down and dirty with topics. I always have a different pair of shades. I got tons of shades,
You have some I like the
but
black ones. You were talking about
it's
the
part
black
of the act.
and you were just
It's
sitting you
part of
look
the
so
act.
good, girl. You say you got to when you cussing somebody out. That's a good one, though. Ah, so so Renee, you were sort of born out of the same thing that maybe I was. We got lots of opinions, we got a lot of things to say, and friends were like, "You should be a news anchor." That's what they told me back in the day.
You got a radio voice. You do. You have the production voice.
But TV voice,
You have that voice that we look for when TV and radio. You got it. You got it.
I
You were
got my
blessed.
mama's voice. I used to be able to sing first soprano, and, I come from a musical family, my mom's classical pianist, all in the family,
Mhm.
and so I was a singer, and so one time, I think it was 8th grade, yeah. So,
Right.
the first sopranos are at the top, so the teacher's like, "Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Somebody is out of key." Renee starts singing. Renee sang, "Jennifer, Rachel, okay, Angela." Me, I'm like looking at everybody like, y'all holding things up. She's like, Angela, it's you. I have not sung publicly since then. I
Oh
only
my
sing in the
god.
shower. You know what happened was I went from a first soprano to my mother's voice.
Uh-huh.
So I pitch my voice higher when I talk to
Right.
people, but
Right.
that's, this is comfortable. This is just who I am, getting
Right.
it's
Right. It happens. I mean, when I was younger, I did soprano. In the choir, I was soprano, but I'm alto. I'm more alto now.
uh-huh,
The older you get, your voice level it drops.
uh-huh.
So,
Yep.
but I think you still have a beautiful voice.
Oh,
No ma
Renee, that's so sweet of you. This is if you look at the relationship that Renee and I are exhibiting, it
Mhm.
is we are loving each other, lifting each
Mhm.
other up,
Mhm.
understanding, providing an ear, being a good person.
Yes.
Why can't that be a
Yeah.
thing? Why do we always have to tear somebody down? We don't. That's bullshit. And I'm
That's
calling it
so true.
that's bullshit and it's unacceptable.
Mhm.
It's just
Yep.
unacceptable. This world has got to get more joyous. Let's
So
just talk
true.
about what Renee
So
said.
true.
We need more joy.
More
And,
joy.
we've got strikes going on in
Yes.
Hollywood. We've got
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
Writers Guild of America East striking. We've got Screen Actors Guild.
Mm.
I tore up my card. I'm not a member anymore. I couldn't get the
Ooh, you
Seattle branch
did.
to, return my phone call, so I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I joined it SAG-AFTRA separately because I had to be an
Oh, wow.
AFTRA member first, that's American Federation for Television and Radio Artists, and then
Mhm.
separately, I joined SAG when I used to do some acting.
Right.
So and then they merged, so, you don't have to do all that, but
Right.
I've never been able to use SAG. I've never been able to make enough money through that process to where I could really, utilize SAG.
Right.
But there's a lot going on in Hollywood right now, and that's a lot of place. That's a lot of place. That's a place where we do get some joy, through TV shows,
True.
through that kind
True,
of stuff.
true, true.
So,
Yeah.
I'm resigning myself to until it's over, and it looks like that they're having some good talks with the writers right now. I don't know about the actors,
Mhm.
but looks like reality TV may end up being what we know we can count on because
Mhm.
and this will
Mhm.
show us if there's
Mhm.
some writing, because I think it's all fake anyway.
True. Yeah, true.
No matter what show I'm writing, and I've personally done a sizzle reel for a reality show that I was interested in. It's for, young adults or adults, whatever, young adults.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
why did I mention that? Oh, just because the reality component and the fact that I leaned over and said, "Okay, now I want you to act like you rude. I want you to be rude." And so, and you can see it because right now I'm watching Love Island UK. Don't talk about me. Leave me
Oh,
alone,
I
everybody.
cannot, girl, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. No. I have tried and have tried, and believe me, I love a good show, child. I have tried, but it's just no way. It is no way. I can't watch Love Island UK, can't watch none of it, child. It's what it is though, Angie? It's the narration for me. The
So the
narration for
narrator
me,
gets
like,
on your nerves?
don't talk. Just show us what's going because I think well, the one of them that I saw, I hope I'm right, because it was one of them that I saw, and you had this narrator, and I don't know if it was
She's
I don't
right.
know if it was UK, but
It's the
they talk.
same
I
narrator.
hate that.
It's the same narrator,
Yeah,
and he's
I don't
British.
like it.
He's actually
Yeah, I
very
don't like it.
funny. And so I watched Love Island USA first, and I'm like, "What's the British guy doing here?" And then we watched the UK one, we're like, "Oh, okay." So, I will say that I like the American
Mm.
one better because it's
I
American.
might have to, child. I
Okay, let
maybe
me
I
just
need to.
okay,
Uh,
Renee, hold on. Here's the thing, and I
mm,
said this last night. I like this of all of these dating shows, this one's my favorite because all this is about dating as opposed to Married at First Sight where these people claim to
true.
be experts and they gonna fix somebody up and they fix these people up and it never works out. These people get married, then they got to get divorced because They acting like they're matchmakers. Y'all ain't
Well, what
girl, they
about the
got
love
Devon Franklin
experiment?
on there now.
What about the love experiment? Have you seen that one? Because I like that one. I do that one.
I'm
Have you
writing
seen
that
it?
down. The
The
love.
love experiment. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. This season 1, so you haven't missed a lot. Just go back and catch up. But a lot of people say, it's not really my thing, but it's dating, all dating.
What about Love is
I think
Blind?
you would like it. I think you I haven't seen that, but I gotta try it out. I gotta see. I gotta have if I missed a lot of seasons, is this just like the 1st season? What's
I think
going on with that?
they're about to come back with the 5th season, I think next week.
Oh,
So,
wow, I missed a lot.
I mean,
Okay.
so
I'll go back and I'll watch it from season 1 and see if I can get into it,
yeah.
and then,
And
who
that
knows?
show
Me and you'll be talking about them.
no. I did 1 episode on them and nobody cared. That's a
Oof.
very unique show in that they are trying to get you to love the inside of someone before you see the outside. The problem
Oh.
is, and I can completely understand this, there oftentimes is difficulty marrying the voice you heard, the disembodied voice you heard, and the person you got to get to know with the person, the physicality of the person that you actually end up seeing. You're like, oh, that's
Hmm.
not what I thought that. And then that's a hot mess, and what's the other
Oof.
one? I guess it is Married at First Sight, where people, oh, the
Oh, yeah,
experts
I couldn't get
listen,
down with Married at
Renee
First
and
Sight.
we will be your experts, okay? Because those folks, nobody stays married because this doesn't make any sense. That's why I like
It
the other
doesn't.
show because all it is dating. So if you
It's
break
just
up
like The Bachelor. They do it, but they only doing it to it's entertainment. It's not even real, so child. That's why I really couldn't get into The Bachelor either. I really
oh,
didn't like The
I've
Bachelor.
never watched any of that, and I
Mm-mm.
and then finally they get a black person, and then it's all a big hullabaloo, and I'm like, "I don't feel like
Yeah.
that. I don't feel like all that." And what I think what black women have to understand is that, okay, I'm just gonna hit it. What black women have to understand is when a lot of times when you're watching these shows, you see a brother and you're like, "Holy smokes, he is hot and fine," and he's not interested in a black woman. So
True,
I
true.
just try to tell black women in particular and all kinds of women, just be open and receptive to
Yeah.
whomever may
Never.
have,
Yeah,
you know, be in your corner because that's the thing. I want somebody who wanted me, not somebody who
exactly.
wanted Renee, but they settled for Angela, So,
Right.
these dating shows, and it's difficult. It's difficult for my millennial friends and my Gen Z friends, and family. Dating is difficult. And I
Mm.
remember asking my cousin, young lady, the NPR lady, about dating, and she was like, "You know what? I'm on my grind and I am focused on my career." And she's like
Right.
me when I'm focused on my career, that's it. The focus is there.
Mhm.
And, I need to make sure I can take care of myself. I don't look for other people to take care of me. That's my
Exactly.
responsibility. My joy, my
Exactly.
happiness is my responsibility as
Responsibility.
well.
Mhm.
Me
Mhm.
thinking that it's his responsibility to make me happy is some bullshit. Okay?
You
No,
said it.
that's you not understanding your role in this world and your role to yourself. My commitment
Exactly.
to me is to make sure that I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Mhm.
He's cherry on the cake. Woohoo! Thank you,
That's
God.
right. That's right.
And like you said, I could be by myself too.
I really can.
Mhm.
I'll be calling you, "Girl, I'm by myself now."
Yeah.
I told you it was gonna happen, Angie. I need you, child. I need
Ah,
you.
I'm here for you, Renee. Girl, I'm here for you. It's just tough. It's tough. It's tough
Mm.
because we all want to be with a beautiful, wonderful person who is not a
Right.
snake, who is not
True.
manipulative, who is not
True.
abusive, dot, 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 dot. You get the point.
Mhm.
But we got to be smart and we have to be savvy and understand this. Okay. Men overpromise. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. I'm gonna have to
Ooh,
say it
that's a
again.
big one. That's a
Men
big one.
overpromise. Now,
Mm.
do they intentionally do that? I don't necessarily think so. But we have placed a lot on men, society, that we expect all of this from them. You're the one who has to ask me out on the date. You're the one who has to
Mhm.
pay all this stuff. We do. We expect all of this. And we got to understand that I don't know, Renee. I'm
Go ahead and say it. You know you wanna say it. You
I'm,
you
I'm just
got me in your blood. Go ahead.
gonna take a sip of water. Renee, I don't remember what we were talking about.
I don't
Anyway,
either, but it's good conversation.
girl. Ladies, 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 I need you to be responsible for your happiness because
Yes.
other people will disappoint you, including your children.
So, yeah, well, that's true.
Some of the
I mean,
biggest disappointments out there are your children.
that's
You
true.
labored. We heard Renee talking about the pain, okay? You labored. You did all the things to
Mhm.
get this child here. And then at what age do they decide they can disrespect me or call DCF, DFC, whatever it's called? Oh, no, no, no.
Mm,
So
mm,
we gotta train these kids. We gotta keep them close, hold them close. We can't
mhm,
be so busy
mhm,
working on our own stuff that we birth these kids and then we're not there training them
mhm,
and
mhm,
being on top of them. Like, what you doing?
mhm,
Sit here with me.
mhm,
Come on, we are getting ready to go. Mom's got a class. You
mhm.
gonna come with me? When my mom got her master's degree, we went with her. Did she have to come outside
Exactly.
and yell at me because I was ripping up and down the halls at Texas Southern University? Yes, she had to. But she
I
did.
miss those days, though. Wasn't it so much better? So
Mhm.
much better.
Yep.
You know, I if I could go back, I would give anything to go back to
I
those
know.
days. I
Well,
really would.
let's not go back because then we wouldn't